Peter leaned back in his chair and purposefully avoided looking at the bowl of fruit down the table. A scrap of parchment on his knee and a faint, distant voice rumbled in his ear. He fought back a fierce beast of a yawn. He scratched out the finishing touches on the fawn's black eyes. It was pretty close to the one he saw this morning. He was no artist, but he thought he at least had the shape of the ears right. She was in the trees, chewing on some grass when he saw her. He had stopped and squatted down to watch her. She looked him in the eyes, and Peter thought maybe he could have tried to go over and pet her. But Sir Daniel had to make a jape about turning her into a stew, and she ran off. "Peter!" Sir Daniel Ackerman bellowed. Peter nearly fell from his chair, the parchment sliding from his lap. Everyone was staring at him. "My son tends to get lost in his daytime fantasies, sir. Or maybe it was the late-night adventurings. I suppose you wanted to challenge me with this, son, eh? Why couldn't I have gotten your little Freddy? Har!" Sir Daniel laughed. Peter grumbled. Sir Perfect wouldn't have been caught daydreaming, especially when Count Engelin was in the room. The Slayer himself. Dr. Ordolph said some last words to her assistants, and a knight named Sir Elroy, who wore his tunic with a double eagle. Sir Elroy laughed, and one of the assistants closed the door with a smile. All Count Willem had to do was glance in the table's direction, and the laughter vanished like the snows in summer. His tired eyes grew a bit brighter, and he sat down. His 61 years ruling in the Skullholdt did nothing to dampen his authority. Dr. Ordolph sat to his right. Peter noticed the smile that ran from Sir Daniel when the doctor entered the chamber. A bowl of apples sat in front of him, and Peter tried his best not to look at it. "My lords," the Count began. "Salzburg has sent a messenger. What did he have to say?" Peter wiped up the last of the ale. He averted his eyes from the bunch of grapes and apples in the bowl nearby. Peter was good about keeping the wine cups full, but paying full attention to what was being said was a different story. Sir Siegfried Ecton, the castle marshal, presented a message to Count Willem. Peter brought it to the Count, his hands hopefully not staining it with sweat. It was always tough looking the Slayer in the eyes. "Look him in the eye, lad," Sir Daniel boomed. "You're to be a knight in his service one day. Show him you ain't scared, not even of dragon slayers. Har!" Peter looked up and met the Count's smiling eyes. "Thank you, Peter. You'll make a fine knight one day, just like your brother. Could you please give Dr. Ordolph another cup of her elixir?" Yes, my lord." Peter almost looked at the apples again. "I agree," Dr. Ordolph said, her warm blue eyes setting Peter at ease, even though they could no longer see. "Thank you, Doctor." Peter returned the smile. The council members discussed the message from the Earl of Savoy's envoy. The war had been going on for almost a year, and peace was being requested at last. Peter half listened to his father presenting the cost of continuing, and recommended taking the offer. Lord Gerlach Oberlad, the castle marshal, argued a continuation, but using more Swiss mercenaries. Captain Van Amie grunted, not appreciating the sentiment. Felix, the castle bailiff, a common-born man, tried to get a word in but was spoken over. As Peter yawned, his father drove a courteous elbow into his stomach. Peter lurched over and stifled a cough. "Pay attention, son. You will be a knight in your brother's court one day. You will take counsel and advise him, just like we're doing here." Peter grumbled and straightened himself. Finally, they decided on a counteroffer. Peace would be declared if the Count's nephew, Lord Alexander, was released from captivity. His weight in silver was delivered, and in exchange, the Skullholdt would surrender its holdings to the Black River beyond Schazengard. "And of Prince Wolfgang?" the Slayer asked. "He will be arriving in days. Sir Daniel, are your squires ready for the mock battle?" Sir Daniel stood. "Aye, my lord. Been training them up on ambushes and flanking tactics. Prince Wolfgang's pa was the hero of the battle, so it should win good favor with him." Peter went to pour Sir Conrad's wine, and the knight whacked his arm away. Peter stumbled to catch the pitcher and stared directly at the fruit bowl. The Lord Steward said, "This is a gesture he won't forget, my lord." He turned to Peter. "Gestures like this will make him remember squires when they become knights. Knights who may be in need of a hall, or a lovely bride." The chuckles faded away for Peter. A moon set against a dark sky was being strangled by a vine. It cried in pain, and its cries turned to gasps. Gray clouds pulled at the vine in vain. The vine squeezed harder, and the moon went limp. It deflated and hung in the sky as it slowly turned black. Peter tipped the wine pitcher over, sending some splashing on his father and Conrad's tunic. "You idiot!" Sir Conrad bellowed. "It's all right, son. Just get us a rag, eh?" The Lord Steward casted a look at the knight, who quickly silenced. Peter wiped them up and apologized like his life depended on it. Count Engelin and Dr. Ordolf seemed to find it amusing. His brother probably didn't knock wine over like that. Peter was the last to leave and shut the door. He turned, and Sir Conrad was waiting for him. "Squire," Sir Conrad barked, "I have new boots that arrived. See them polished and presented in my chamber. And if you ever sully my appearance again, I'll have you hided." Peter nodded and watched the knight turn on his heel. "Oh, never you mind, Sir Constipation." Sir Daniel clapped a hand on Peter's back. "Stick up his bum since that business with your pa. Give him time to pull it out. Har!" He thumped Peter again on the back. "But you did good in there, lad, even with the messes. Har! I need to ready you lads for the battle. Battle of Hayden Woods. It was a good one. That stuffy prince'll love it. Har!" Peter's heart skipped. The battle was supposed to be in the woods? Trees? Bushes? He couldn't even look at a bowl of grapes without having whatever that was, a vision? Hallucination? How could he hold a sword? Pretend to fight? The image of him falling over mid-battle was enough to make him sick. The shame it will bring Count Engelin. The shame it will bring his father on Peter.